Howdy friends, Boogeyman JT here, playing a little bit of Arc Raiders today and wanted to share with you what I think would make for a fun PvE mode that they could add into Arc Raiders without disrupting the normal swing of things, with the extraction mode being the main focus for most players in Arc Raiders. Since the game launched, there has been a huge debate about whether or not the game needs a PvE mode. Now, while I have said in the past that I don't feel like the game absolutely lives or dies by whether or not they add a PvE mode, I do think that I have an idea for how it could be fun to add in a PvE mode alongside the Extraction PvP VE mode that would keep the core fan base entertained without really messing up the ecosystem of the game, if that's what you want to call it. My idea for an Arc Raiders PvE mode is something that I would call Arc First Wave. These would be PvE focused missions where you are going into the past to play through some historic events and fight the first wave of Arc that come to Earth. If you've played this game for any extended period of time, you've seen these first wave husks scattered around the different maps. How cool would it be to be able to go back to these maps or other maps and find out what happened to place these large Arc exoskeletons all over the spaceport or damn battlegrounds? You could also add a ton of lore and explanation about the maps in each of these PvE levels. For these levels, I'm thinking something more along the lines of like Helldivers or Aliens Fire Team, right? Where you're going in with maybe a specific objective in mind. Maybe you're going to the spaceport to bring resources to the last shuttle that's going to come out of the launch tower. Maybe you're fighting at the dam and figuring out why it is now called the Dam Battlegrounds. How did all of these barren husks get scattered all around these maps? These are things that could be answered by having that play through past events PvE mode. I even think that it would be cool to play as maybe predetermined characters in that PvE mode. Maybe you could play as like Celeste or Lance, as it's mentioned that they are survivors of the first wave. So again, you could build into their backstory and really just create more of a foundation for the world building that we see in the present day Speranza we explore in the raid mode. Since we're fighting in the past, all of our gear can stay in that mode. Maybe we have predetermined loadouts because we're going on more objective focused, almost storyline like Fire Team Elite style campaign missions, or whether it's just because we are simply fighting in the past, fighting the first wave of Arc, that those weapons would not be available to us in the regular PvP VE mode. I just think that that would be a good justification for why those two loot pools would be separate, is because we're playing in different timelines. Who knows if they're ever going to add a PvE mode? That is just my idea of how to make it work within the game as it sits today. Super excited for this October update. And for now, that's pretty much it. So I will catch you on the next video. Love ya. Mwah.